Hi, I'm Lindsay.
I'm Allie.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Katie Beth.
We've known each other our entire lives as family, but we've become best friends through our love of stories.
In 2020, we formed our own virtual book club as a matter of survival. Now, we want the same for you.
We are the Kindred Story Collective, and we're looking to build a community of bookish women who enjoy slow days, group conversation, and finding the good in everyday life.
Welcome to the collective.
Before we start our podcast today, we would like to
Acknowledge our
observe,
missing member.
yes, that Lauren is missing today. As with all book clubs, sometimes you just can't make it, and so we are a party of 3 today, and we're looking forward to having Lauren back with us.
Yeah, we're gonna miss her contribution.
Yes, and for this one and for our next episode, but hopefully we'll have her back soon. Just wanted to let you guys know. So we're starting back in our next section with, do you have a favorite Nancy Drew book?
Oh.
Lilac N. I don't know why. I mean, Ghost Story, number 1. Number 2, it's all taking. I love when things take place at one spot. I find that to be the most cozy. So.
Yes.
I also love Larkspur Lane because there's a password. I like that. There's a secret code. I love secret codes. So. The Mystery of the Tolling Bell was the one that scared me the most as a child. But then I also kind of liked it because I did not watch scary stuff as a kid. I'm not, don't have that tolerance. I still don't have that tolerance as an adult, which is why I prefer cozy things. So that was right at the edge of whoo, this is fun. But also not really scary. So anyway.
How about you, Allie?
I don't have a favorite. It's been a while since I've read them all. I don't remember ever having a favorite as a kid. I do have a least favorite, if that's allowed.
Yes.
Let's do that.
It's called The Haunted Bridge.
Oh.
And it was very dissatisfying because it was turned out to be a non-issue mystery. They're solving this mystery of it's a haunted bridge, there's a thing, and then they're in this inn, and there's this strange person at the end who has all these strange behaviors, and he checked in under a name and it has different handwriting than his actual handwriting, and they really think this guy's he's super suspicious, and they're just trying to solve all the things, and it just turns out that the haunted bridge, it's not haunted, it's just a scarecrow, and they thought it was a ghost. It's a dilapidated scarecrow in the woods.
Wah.
And then the guy turns out to be I'm ambidextrous, I sign with both hands just for fun. And it's it just fell flat, and it was
Someone was trying to fill a quota.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was, they spent all this time investigating a mystery that wasn't even real.
It wasn't even a mystery.
I
I don't even remember that. It must have been that forgettable.
I was
I
mad.
just-
That's why I remember it. And I was
I'm curious who
how
wrote
dare
it.
you?
Yes, that
I
would be.
spent my time on this.
Yeah. maybe that was a one-off, and they got fired after that.
Yeah.
It
It's so.
They're here's mine,
disappointment.
Nancy Drew, and they're
Yes.
Well, we have to put it in print because we have
Right,
deadlines.
right.
Exactly. But you will
But
never
you're not
write in
coming
this
back.
town again.
I also love when Nancy meets Ned.
Anything with Ned is a good time.
It used to make me so mad. He would always be so. This is what was also different about the books. So dating back then is different than dating now. They used to just date people that they may or may not actually have been interested in beyond a date. And so Ned was always a date and never her boyfriend. I always considered him to be her boyfriend. But then they would have conversations and I'd be confused because I'm but you're dating. Because, I'm 8 years old.
Yeah.
And, anyway, I would get so irritated with her because because Ned would be hey, Ned, maybe we should, trying to push it to the next level. And she'd be no. And I'm Nancy, get it together!
I do remember. So they're all known for cliffhanger at chapter endings. And there's one where they meet this stranger in the mystery, and she's oh, when are you guys getting married? And that's the end. And I'm oh, when are they getting married? what are they gonna say? And then the next chapter they just like laugh it off. I'm like, the heartbreak of
Like
no engagement options or thoughts.
I know. They just never moved it further, and I was just so stressful.
Well, you know, in the first original book, she was 16.
Right.
Oh.
They moved it up to 18.
Yes.
When they reprinted. So that also was like, she
Played
would be
into it.
pretty young. I don't know if her dad would
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the move to 18
Yeah.
though, because she felt independent and
Yes.
she wasn't a child that she had to
Yes.
get permission to do stuff.
Right.
be. Yeah.
Exactly.
It makes more sense
Yeah.
It does.
for her to be
But
18.
I don't know, in the 30s,
I think in the
16?
30s, that's where I think some of it was made because times changed. Like in the 30s, I think she would have had more freedom as a 16-year-old.
Okay.
But once they redid this in the 60s, 16-year-olds were very much high school kids. They were seen as kids.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and even today, like a 16-year-old, you don't just like let them go do whatever they want
And
to do.
now at 16, you just got your license. You're not getting
Exactly.
a blue convertible and going to 12 mysteries with your friends.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you have curfew. You can only have so many people in the vehicle with you at a
You
time.
can't even
Yeah.
take your friends with you unless you're related to them.
So I came up with this question, but I also had trouble answering.
Okay.
Like, oh, this is just an interesting question. If
Yeah.
you do have one, if you don't. It's been so long since I've read through the whole series that I'm just not sure. Although I will say that the ones that have stuck out to me the most is probably the first one,
Mm-hmm.
Secret of the Old Clock, and then The Mystery at Lilac Inn, because I'm not sure why that one. And I feel like maybe it's just I liked it.
I think
And it's the third one, so it's
that's
pretty
what
early.
I'm.
But I also
Like I have trouble knowing why I liked it so much and remember
Yeah.
it because I don't hardly remember the storyline at all. I think this is the one where maybe there's a girl that looks like Nancy. Maybe this is the one with the
Yeah,
fluorescent. Is
it
this the
is.
fluorescent paint?
Yeah.
She puts the flashlights in her wrist to act like the
Yes.
ghost to draw out the person.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we listened to this on an audiobook from the library. I used to get him from the library and listen to him with Jackson until he discovered Penny
That's so
Parker. And I think we listened to that. Anyway,
Okay.
yeah, I like it.
But I think possibly it also has to do with the title because I just
Yeah.
bought a lilac plant the other day. I was like, oh, it's like the Nancy
Like
Drew book.
lilac and
Anyway, so I don't know if it has to do with the title. I kind of have a thing for titles.
I will say one thing I remember about this book because I read it when I was little. In the book, they have their heirloom jewels are stolen. That's
Mhm.
like her inheritance. And everyone keeps talking about the priceless jewels that were stolen. And I kept being like, well, if they're priceless, then it doesn't matter. Because it's without a price. It's
Exactly.
priceless.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is. it-
So, like, why are we so
you
upset?
read it as worthless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's actually, they're
That's
so
confusing.
valuable, we can't assign them a value.
Yes.
And it took a long time for me to learn that. And now I'm in insurance, I understand it more.
Now you get really,
understand.
you
And I'm
really
like,
start
okay,
sweating about the
listen.
priceless jewels.
Like, this appraisal says 215 and you have 213. What are we going to do about this?
Yes. Get him, Allie.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go to the next one, which is Nancy Drew games. Yeah.
Probably the best part about being in the Nancy.
Yes.
Fandom.
And
Fandom,
growing
yeah.
up in the 90s, early 2000s.
Yes,
When they made them.
when they started them. Okay, oh, I have so much. Like, they might possibly be more nostalgic than the books.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really,
Man.
it's right straight in there.
And that's one of
Because-
the reasons we became friends too. I
Yes.
remember us talking about
We
Nancy
did.
Drew
We talked a
games.
lot about Nancy Drew game. And I think that's what, because when you read a book, you're reading it by yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you're like sharing it with somebody, you're reading it. But when you play a Nancy Drew game, for example, I can't solve a puzzle to save my life. So Lauren was my puzzle solver. She can't remember where we are in the game, but I can. I remember who we've talked to and who we still have to talk to and where we need to go next. But I can't solve a puzzle. And Lauren was the puzzle solver extraordinaire, and so she and I would team up on games all the time. And I wish she was here to talk about this with me because we have so many memories. My kids, so this was really, so it snowed and we were snowed in for a whole week. And so I pulled up Treasure in the Royal Tower, which is one of the early ones, and she's snowed into a royal tower, and they played almost totally by themselves. I had to step in a few times, but they solved it, and I was just like,
and see, your kids seem so tiny, but that was the age that we were.
yes, yeah, Jackson's 9, and it's definitely on the lower end, but he's a puzzle solver, so like he was not good. I don't think he needed any help with the puzzles.
Wow.
He needed a little bit of help, like remembering where he was in the game. Carson just watched. I think he's just gonna be a watcher. But it was but they did it together. Like,
that's so sweet.
it was, and I was just like, I sent a picture to everybody, and I was like, look, it was such a, I don't know.
Yeah, full circle.
Passing along the traditions.
It's important. It's really fun.
Yeah.
I remember, I feel like that was one of the most fun things about it, was just, I played it with my sisters.
Yes.
And so we would all take turns. We had like 20, 30 minutes a piece. Or
Yes,
whatever, and,
yes.
okay, your turn's over. And
Yep.
we would be like,
Yes.
and, and we just all helped each other. And it was just a lot of fun. And I remember doing it with you too, Allie. And there was one
that was
we
our
did.
first fight we ever had.
Oh,
Okay,
Oops.
so that was a maybe different memory.
And we also, there was one that was scary.
The crystal skull.
Oh.
I feel like it was, maybe. It's the one in Ireland when they go.
Oh,
yeah,
Castle
Malloy.
Okay, but actually, that is, okay, so.
I haven't finished it yet, just so you know.
Oh, okay. It's the best.
Okay.
It's one of the best games
Okay.
that they've done. So I
got really far, and then this autosave didn't work, and I lost an entire
Okay.
day's
I think we have all.
progress.
I that's one of
I
the
was so frustrated.
I was one of the first things I taught the boys. I was like, I said, every time you do anything big, you save it, because I know Lauren and I would like fight through these horrible puzzles, and then we would lose it, and it was just like, no.
I did save,
And then our
computer lost my save file.
No. Oh yeah, I would have quit.
So
But I remember us playing that and it being scary.
it was
like late at
because
night.
the banshee came out and like goes like
Jump
"Whoa!"
scare. Yes.
And it was midnight, and
We should have been in
playing
bed.
you should- and that's why we were fighting, because we were tired and we should have been in bed. And we're like, don't do that, do it this way, no. But I will admit, I have never had to share Nancy Drew games, because my brother is younger and who was not interested in my stuff.
Right.
So I never had to share and control and have someone tell me what to do, and I was like,
Yeah.
get away.
There was
I know what I'm
definitely.
doing.
There's definitely.
Clearly not the best friend exercise.
Not at midnight when you're tired and need to go to bed.
So, Lauren and I played a scary game, and I think one of us climbed in the other one's lap about it. But it was Blackmore Manor.
Oh, that one's scary.
And so, at this one part, Nancy, we're laying in bed, because you can go to sleep in that game, and then she wakes up, and she looks at the alarm clock, and it's like midnight. And we hear outside the door. And she starts walking, and it's one of those things where it takes control away from you, and so she's autonomously walking out the door. And we're going, no, Nancy, no! And then we get out there, and then there's this lady in black. And Nancy starts walking, and we go, no, Nancy, no! And we're like, and I think that's when the lap sitting, I don't know who did what, but we were like on top of each other going, whoa! And it's just, there's a little bit of trauma. We bring it up every so often. It's like, do you remember that time we got traumatized by the Nancy Drew game?
She's a lot braver than I am. I'm just gonna say it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, do not play. There's one at a southern plantation. It's within like the last 5 that have come out. I don't remember. Terrifying. So I played that with my husband.
Is that Ghost Dogs of Moonlight?
No, that was really fun. That's what made me decide to start throwing the murder mystery parties.
Oh.
Was because I watched it.
Yeah, okay.
Or we played it. So after I got married, we were living with Allie's family. They had a garage apartment.
Yeah, so upstairs.
So like not in the same house,
Separate.
but like we were at. So I guess it was in the summer. and I couldn't find I couldn't find a good job, so I wasn't working, and I think Allie was off from college.
Yeah.
So I came downstairs, and we were playing. And during the day, while my husband was at work, we would play
Alibi and Ashes.
Alibi and Ashes.
That was a good one.
And so I was telling him about it one night, and he goes, "I want to play," and I'm like, "You do? I thought Nancy Drew was a girl game." So now we play it together. And he does my puzzles. I just married a puzzle person. So he does the puzzles for me. And then I do the other stuff that he doesn't want to do. But we play those together. We played the last several. But, so the first game that he played with me was Castle Malloy. And it was a perfect one. So the thing about Nancy Drew games is, a lot of times they were trying to fill a quota. And the game was just not that good. They would... some of them you can only solve with a cheat sheet, like Blackmore Manor. I cannot play that.
There are logic gaps. It's
there are logic
gaps. How was I supposed to go from here to here?
Yeah,
how was I
there
supposed
is
to know
no
that?
reason for
There's
me
no
to have
way
known
do
that. Castle Malloy, you always know exactly what comes next. Like, the logic is flawless in that game. And so that was the first game that we played together. But then the Southern Plantation one was terrifying, even playing it with Jonathan. And I was just like,
I don't remember that one.
it's new, or it was new
Okay.
when we played it. So
Okay.
like the 20
I know,
teens.
there's so many now that it's hard to.
But we've played the new games,
Oh yeah,
and those are
revamped
good.
it.
They've since they revamped it.
I do have history on that as well.
Yes. So I know the Salem Witch got slammed, and it's a different interface. I liked it. And then the Seven Keys, I liked that one too. It's kind of like the thing with Nancy Drew games is there's always good ones and there's bad ones. And I didn't find either of the two new ones that got panned to be as bad as some of the bad ones. So I was like, I mean, it's kind of par for, if they would just spit out more at a time, then we would get some great ones mixed in with the mediocre ones. But they're just coming out like once every 7 years now, and it's like, so the anticipation is so high that it's never going to measure up. Whereas if they were coming out one every year, then it's like, okay, this one was not so good, but maybe next year's will be better.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So my brother actually told me that all of her interactive, which makes them Nancy Drew games, which let's just take a moment to appreciate their tagline for girls who aren't afraid of a mouse. Let's just appreciate that. I've always liked that so much. Okay. So all of hers interactive is funded by one person who's a millionaire, and they just love Nancy Drew, and they bankroll them.
That's what I would do if I was a millionaire.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't really make money, really, but they make enough to keep making games.
What?
And when they did Salem Witch Trials, they had to redo. It's not because of the new interface. It's the infrastructure of their tech that they were using was from the 80s, and they couldn't keep up with the modern game, what the requirements for all the nitty gritty stuff. So they had to revamp everything, and that's why it's taking so long to make new stuff, because they're overhauling their entire equipment and all of that stuff.
Oh.
And also not making a whole lot because they're depending on this one person to give them money.
Yeah.
Which, thank you to that one person for being such a good big part of our childhoods.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
A big
But-
part.
is it a woman?
I don't know. I assume, but I
assume
don't
so.
know.
Women do
I
the
didn't
coolest
read
stuff when
that,
they get rich.
They do.
It's like men get rich and they get boring, and women get rich and they do
they're eccentric. And
they do excite. They're they just do cool stuff with their money, and it's that's what you do when you have money. You don't play golf all day. Boring.
You're a patron of the arts. That's what she's
Yes,
doing. She's a patron of these.
A
19th
patroness,
century.
Lady Catherine de Bourgh. I think she was boring with her money, but
So do we have a favorite game? Does everyone have a favorite game?
Yeah.
okay. What's your favorite game?
Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon.
Yes,
Hands
solid,
down, 1000%.
solid. Yes,
I
that
haven't
is
done that
so
one.
good. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
This is the only one I've solved completely on my own with no cheats.
Okay.
Except for one thing, there's the puzzle, the second puzzle in the game. you have to crack this code, and like it's one of those where you push a button, and if it's right, it sticks.
Yes, those are my favorite.
And I tried so hard, and I never got one to stick. And it didn't explain what the puzzle was, so I had no idea what was happening. And I was like, if I'd given it more time, I could have figured it out by myself. But I cheated on that one. But everything else I did completely on my own, and it was so
a
satisfying.
solid
It was so
logic.
exciting.
It's such a
And
good.
it had great puzzles, and sometimes Nancy Drew has a puzzle where it's so integral to the plot that if you can't pass it, you don't everything else is stuck. And of course on those, they're also the ones that change every time, so you can't cheat your way through it.
Yeah.
I got sick a couple times on those.
That's why I have always a puzzle doer with me.
Nowhere on Blue Moon Canyon, and it's the first game with the Hardy Boys.
Yes, and you see them,
And you can play as them for a little bit of
play.
time.
Yeah.
And the Hardy Boys are the best when you get to call them. They're so funny.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
So
No, they were also in Creature of Kapu Cave.
I haven't played that.
That
one.
actually predates.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
well, I haven't played that one.
It's a pretty basic one.
Okay.
Lauren likes it because I think she might say that that's one of her favorite, because you walk along the shore and you collect seashells and then you make necklaces.
Oh, fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
it's like, and it's just like there's a point to it at one point, but then you can keep doing it. It's one of those
Okay.
things that's like just a recurring activity that you could do.
Okay.
My favorite. So one Christmas, my parents got Lauren and I a set, and it was Blue Moon Canyon and Secret of the Old Clock. Secret of the Old Clock is my favorite because it's a time jump. So you jump back in time to the 1920s or 30s. Nancy drives a little her blue roadster. She has her car, and you drive it's really actually very hard. Every time, so I also play that one with my husband, and every time I go over a pothole, he goes, "You're gonna do a Nancy Drew on the car. You're gonna pop a tire, because if you go over too many potholes in the road, then you have to go get a new tire."
But my favorite is you also have to go get gas.
You do. You have to get gas.
You have to have the money to get the gas.
But that
Like
one
10
has such eccentric characters. It has really fun. The games are really fun. They're more the puzzles seem to be more game based a lot of the time, which I enjoy. And I don't know. And you can go kind of all over this property and do all these different things, and I love it.
So I did like it. I got stuck on one part because the puzzle said this thing is the cat's pajamas. And I was like, there's no cat in this game.
Oh.
So I'm spending all this time looking for a cat in pajamas,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing that it's a slang term for really cool.
There's a book. There's a newspaper clipping in the living room that tells you all the slang.
I didn't find that, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I got really mad because I had to cheat my way on that one. I was like, well, I knew what that was.
Uh-huh.
That was the
Looking for
first
cat's
one I
pajamas.
played. I guess I borrowed it from you, Allie,
I think so.
and that was the first one. So it was so much fun. And I thought that all the other ones you get to drive around in the car.
Yeah.
No.
So it's everything else kind of just went. "Meow."
No, it's okay. My favorite one though was Secret of the Old Ranch. Is that Secret of the Old
Shadow
Ranch?
Ranch.
Shadow Ranch.
yes.
Shadow Ranch. That's it.
Okay.
Because I solved that one by myself.
Mhm.
Maybe had a little bit of help, but I always had to use
Yeah.
cheats of some.
It's-
We were always
there are logic
Googling.
jumps.
Yeah.
Just are.
There, but that one I actually solved, and I was, I'm a genius. And there was something with I can't remember if you rode a horse or you were just watching.
Yes,
the
you
horse.
do. I think you do ride a horse.
So that was fun, and that's a fun thing for my sister Annie. Always
Mhm.
loved playing horse games. So that was kind of we do Nancy Drew and we do horse games, and that was a combination of both
all
of
together,
them.
yes.
And it had a really neat Western theme, and it would have been a cool place to stay. Most of the
Yes.
places are,
Yeah.
but that was really cool.
I think my least favorite
Mm.
is what's the Japanese one?
Oh, Shadow's Lake, Shadow's Edge,
Water's Edge.
Water's Edge.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had a DNF that one.
First of all, the ghost was terrifying.
Yeah.
Genuinely terrifying.
Mhm.
Second of all, there was this sushi or rice
Bento box.
bento box.
Uh-huh.
I Jonathan even had trouble figuring that one out. I don't even remember like what was supposed to happen, but there's a whole, and it was just like.
And that was one that had one of the puzzles that would not reset. And so I messed around with it a little bit, and it wouldn't reset. So you can't cheat your way out, and you just get permanently stuck.
Yep.
And then also there were jump scares with a scary ghost.
Yeah. Which was
like Nancy
absolute...
goes to wash her hands, and then all of a sudden she looks in the mirror, and the ghost is like right there.
Oh yeah.
And she, oh my gosh,
it
terrifying.
was terrifying.
I don't know if I finished that one.
Oh man.
But also the original. So the very first game that they ever did, Secrets Can Kill. We borrowed that from you. And we got stuck.
Burned you a new desk for that.
Yes, we burned it.
Illegally burned it.
We got stuck. My mom was even sitting there trying to help us.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, we got stuck on the very first puzzle that you do before you get out of Aunt
That
Eloise's
was really
house.
hard.
That one was hard.
Puzzle.
It was. And then they never did this again, for which I'm eternally grateful. But when you go up to a person, you have like options for what to say, and if you didn't pick the right option, it was all game over. But we didn't know that. So for days, we were wandering around the school looking for clues.
Mm-hmm.
And I think my mom finally Googled it.
Mm-hmm.
On what was it Google back then? I'm sure it was. I don't even know, but she found out.
So
She
like it would be game over. Like you just
like you're done. You're stuck.
It's
you can't go back. You can't go back and try again.
Yeah.
It's just burnt over.
It was probably a glitch, and they just. I mean, it was.
They never did it again. They re-released it, and when I played the re-release,
okay,
it was a lot better.
Okay, I did know they.
Now on that one, they were really cool, and like they had all these signs and stuff in the background that were coded, and I spent so much time decoding all of these signs, and it has nothing to do with the game at all. Nothing. And I still have notebooks of me and I find them sometimes, and I'm like decoding all these things that have nothing to do with the game at all. It's just a whole red herring.
It's just that one. They definitely were
Trixie.
figuring out,
Yeah,
but
they
it didn't
were
work on that one.
I learned it.
I was
Right.
just mad that Aunt Eloise lived in Florida because obviously she
She used to live in New York.
I didn't know why they had to change it, but
Yeah.
it really has nothing to do with the story either.
No, it doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah. So
On the
next section, favorite adaptation of, I guess, a film.
I have a favorite. This is the only one that I've liked. I haven't liked any of the other ones. The big movie that they did in like the 2008 or whatever, they put her in today's time, and I didn't like that because like she moved to LA and it was like she was
Emma Roberts.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like that. But my favorite is it used to be on Hulu. I don't know if it is anymore, but it's The Hidden Staircase. And first of all, they do a great job of it is the actual story, and they do transpose it to modern time, but they do a great job of sticking to the original clues and how it resolves and everything. And the Nance they have, she's about 15, but she is so cute. She's adorable and spunky, and she skateboards, and I highly recommend if you can find that.
Okay.
It's my favorite.
Vaguely, I don't know if I've seen it or not. It seems vaguely familiar though.
I'm a little bit shocked that there's not more done with Nancy
Yeah.
movies and TV shows. Like,
Well,
there's
they keep
so
trying to-
much material.
There's a CW TV show, but it's real ghosty, and ghosts are real, and it's real drama.
That's what they do. Like, and it's like,
Yeah.
Nancy Drew is a formulaic story. Girls love Nancy Drew because you know what to expect. You know the formula. You know what's going to happen. And, like, there's not a lot you can do creatively, and maybe that's why people don't try to do a lot. But it's like, but people love it for a reason. Just give us Nancy Drew. Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard.
We just want to see Nancy come to life.
Yeah.
And if they can do us a 1960s Nancy,
Oh my goodness.
Maybe we should just go out and do a 1960s.
when we're rich, that's what we're going to do.
That's what we're gonna do.
Help us get rich.
Help us
Mark
get
Rich.
rich. Nancy Drew's a TV show, a 45-minute episode, and each one is like
Each
a
one's
Nancy
just
Drew,
a book.
just a book.
Well, I know what I'm
I mean,
doing.
like, how hard is that?
It's
It's a proven formula, guys.
Yeah.
You just need to. It's the casting. You just have to get
Clearly
good
it
casting.
works. Clearly it works. That would be amazing. Did you have a favorite adaptation?
I actually don't. I haven't seen one that
don't
I watched the Emma Roberts one a lot
Yeah.
because of Ned.
He was
No.
cute.
He was so cute.
But
So-
he wasn't even there a lot.
I know. He just kind of came in and was cute and then left and then.
That's what I didn't like, was that all the stuff that was essentially Nancy was the normal world, and they took her out of it to have
Yeah.
this adventure. And you didn't get all the stuff that you wanted. I wanted River Heights.
I did love her detective kit, and
That was adorable.
I had one of my first purses was a messenger bag into which I put way too many things, just in case I might need them.
Well, you
Like
always
the
have-
Yeah.
weirdest things I put in there.
I was gonna say the one thing that I took from Nancy into my everyday life is that she always had an overnight bag in her trunk and an emergency kit. I had like a flashlight and all this stuff, and I have that in my
That's
Yeah,
my
smaller.
car. to
Absolutely,
this day.
you should.
Like, I'm like-
Yeah.
And I knew it. I was like, when I get a car, like there's a book where it details everything in her kit, and I'm like, I'm gonna have this whole thing in my car.
Yes.
That's awesome. I don't know if I had I remember watching the same Emma Roberts one, but I don't know if I had a favorite adaptation. We watched a lot of the 70s. We watched 70 shows all the time.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I watched a lot of
I think your
those,
mom was
but-
a big fan of the Joe,
Yes.
the Joe character.
Uh,
But Lacey was into Joe. I think I was Frank, and I wish Lauren was here. I feel like she was Frank also.
yeah, I think I was also Frank.
See,
But
theoretically,
Because
I
he was
always,
the older brother. That makes sense.
yeah,
Oh,
he's the
yeah,
older,
yeah.
and I was always down for brunette. I used to think I was a blonde. I was into blondes, but it's like no, actually, it's brunettes.
yeah, that's interesting.
And he was
It's good for Jonathan.
Yeah,
It is
that
good-
works
he
out
was a
for him.
brunette.
Okay, so last thing we're gonna do is some Nancy Drew trivia, which is why I'm holding it like this. I just Googled some different ones.
It's a good thing I wasn't like sitting here reading over your shoulder.
I know, right? I just started
could've,
kind
it's
of
just
pulling it
like-
up.
How competitive
Um,
are we allowed to be, or are we trying to
do
be
what?
like cozy and friendly?
Oh.
Oh,
I'm like,
we're authentic.
Yeah. Okay, so this one,
Buzzing.
there's only a couple questions,
Oh,
but
okay.
what color was Nancy's convertible?
Blue.
Yes, except for some stories have it appearing
Isn't it
It's-
red?
Is it green?
yellow,
No,
or
green.
maroon.
Because
They
she
have
gets
different-
a new car.
Oh.
Like there's one book where she wrecks her car,
Ah.
and then she has to get a new one, and it's a different color. And then a few books later, they have it repainted blue.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot that.
And it was heart-rending
That's
when
really,
that
really
happened.
sad.
They probably got letters from angry little
Yeah.
girls.
Where's my blue?
Where's the blue
Okay.
convertible?
Bring back the blue convertible.
Because if I get a convertible,
Oh.
it will be blue. Let me
Also, what we're
tell
gonna do with our money when we're rich.
Yeah.
She's got a lawyer husband. She has a better shot at it than
That's
me,
true.
too.
That's true.
Your lawyer money, though.
I'm always like, or like any other car, I'm kind of like, maybe it just needs to be blue, so I can be like Nancy Drew. I don't know.
I always
But
picture it as like a
soft blue
light
color.
blue color,
Yes.
like a soft blue,
Yes.
like a
Yeah.
Like an
pastel.
Easter egg almost.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
like lighter.
Lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a pastel Easter egg.
What
Robin's egg
color?
blue. Sorry.
What color? Sorry. What color is Nancy's hair?
Okay,
Okay.
this is a
Titian blonde.
strawberry
or
blonde.
strawberry blonde.
Yes.
Yeah.
It really, they kind of
It
flip
depends,
back and
yeah.
forth. And those are like two different colors.
They are.
And I'm just not sure why they couldn't pick a lane. Because she looks like she's got red hair.
Yeah.
But that's apparently strawberry blonde.
Yes.
I call that red.
Hmm.
But it's apparently strawberry blonde.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's Titian blonde, which I didn't
Yes.
know. I called it Titan blonde.
I always call it Titan blonde.
What? Yes, but the audiobook narrator calls it Titian blonde.
Hmm.
Somebody let us know. Is it Titan or is it Titian? The
Or
audiobook
Titian.
or Titian, I don't know. Anyway, which is
Oh.
apparently like blonde blonde.
So does she dye her hair?
Okay.
I have no idea.
So it says that originally she was a blonde.
Okay.
They just wrote her as a blonde.
Okay.
But it became more Titian, which, according to what I researched, was reddish brown,
Oh.
which doesn't.
Which is not strawberry blonde.
No.
Because strawberry blonde is reddish blonde,
Yeah.
which is quite different than reddish brown.
Yeah. But that looks more strawberry.
But they called
to
it
me.
Titian blonde.
Oh,
They do.
Titian.
They do, they call it
Okay.
Titian.
And the blue.
So
So we don't know what her
We
hair
don't
color
know. Who?
this, her hair
How
color
did this
is this.
detail get so muddled?
I don't
It would
know.
be interesting if we read all of them and just note her hair color in every one.
Mhm.
Does one
Does it-
author favor one hair color?
That would be interesting.
An interesting question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they always tell us her hair color in like the first page
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
So we just
Just go ahead.
If
and
anyone
read
is
it all.
interested in all this information, I will compile it for you.
yes.
Just let us know if you're interested, because I don't want to waste my time, but I will do it.
I mean, I'm interested.
We might be. Yeah.
Give me the go ahead and I will go.
Okay. In what book did Nancy Drew's dog Togo appear for the first
Togo!
time?
I forgot about Togo!
I don't know.
It's one of the later ones. It's like, I would say after book 25.
Maybe. I
Is
totally
that
forgot
close?
about Togo.
Yeah, he's not appearing. He doesn't
He
come
come-
a lot of
He doesn't
appearances,
do a whole
but
The Whispering Statue? I don't know.
I remember liking that book.
I like
actually.
that one. It was
Because it
really
has Togo in
mysterious.
The titles, Nancy Drew titles are really
They are good. They are good.
We'll see. Whispering Statue. Is it after 25?
I don't know.
Keep going. I will find it.
Okay, let's see. Where does Nancy Drew's boyfriend Ned Nickerson go to college?
Emerson.
Yes. In which book do Bess and George first appear?
3?
1.
No.
Not 1.
No, because she has her friend Helen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Helen's in
Well,
that one.
Helen's up.
And
I
she's
think
in like the first 2.
3 or 4, I think.
The Secret of Shadow Ranch.
That's 5.
5, really?
Interesting. I thought Ned came in. Does Ned come in at 7?
He comes in pretty late too.
Yeah, I've started rereading through them. I've only gotten through the first 2, but none of them are in there yet. How are
He's
Bess
definitely
and
included in the
George
diary.
related?
I feel like that
Oh,
he comes in include the diary.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
7. Yeah, so 7. So I
Yeah.
just miscounted. 7.
Okay. How are Bess and George related?
The cousins.
Yes. Name Nancy Drew's first mystery. Well, that was easy.
Secret of the clock.
Okay, so that was our last one.
I don't have Whispering Statue in here.
What?
Oh, here, there it is. Okay, it was not
Okay.
after
Oh,
school
that's
25,
not-
so I was wrong. That's pretty.
Okay.
It's like 11 or something.
And I have a closing question for you guys.
Okay.
What was your Nancy Drew scenario, like, in your mind of, like, as a kid, what's happening to you, and then, like, what is your plan to, like, combat? Like, did you do this?
First of
Because
all, do not inhale the chloroform.
I'm just gonna say that.
You fake pass out before you breathe in enough chloroform to actually pass out. I was really concerned about chloroform as a kid. I thought it was gonna be like way more
everyday thing.
like we were gonna have to watch out for the chloroform. Can you even get chloroform anymore?
I don't know.
That's my plan too. You obviously play possum.
Yes, and don't like struggle just enough so they think you're doing it, and then hold your breath, and then like this, and then they'll take the chloroform away, and you won't actually pass out from the chloroform.
Genius. I had never thought of that.
There was so much chloroform, it really bothered me, the amount of chloroform that there was in the teacher books.
Mine was getting stuck in the trunk of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And, like, just thinking about how would you pop open the trunk.
You have
like,
to take the taillights out.
Yeah, you just, like, and, like, stick your hand out and, like, wave.
Yeah.
I was always trying to figure out how to break the bonds like a rope. I never figured it out, but I
Oh.
spent a lot of time trying.
Well, I mean, you can.
Who tied you up? For
Oh, I didn't, not in real life, in my mind.
Oh, in your
Just
mind.
like-
I wouldn't
Mind.
trust my brother to do that.
No.
No. So that's the ending of the podcast, but I would like to ask the same question of you guys. Tell us down in the comments below, or reach out to us on Instagram. What is your Nancy Drew scenario,
Yes.
and how did you escape? Bye.